Well, and speaking of wars, we got to talk a little bit about the Democrat primary because Joe Biden somehow pulled it off in South Carolina. I mean, he thought he was dead man walking, but no, he won the South Carolina primary with almost 50% of the vote. He got 48.45% of the vote. Coming in second was Bernie Sanders with just under 20% of the vote. Then you had third Tom Steyer with under 12%. Now, he's already dropped out of the race after spending $250 million, didn't win a single delegate. Fourth place, Pete Buttigieg. He's also dropped out of the race already, and they say, well, this will strengthen Biden, and maybe they're right about that. And then, of course, fifth place, Pocahontas didn't even crack 10%. She barely got 7% of the vote in South Carolina. And, of course, tomorrow's Super Tuesday. Coming up Super Tuesday, we'll see a lot of delegates be allocated on that day. And I wanted to, and goodness gracious, there comes the music. I mean, we just don't have enough time in the show, folks. We got more information
Now just turn it off.
to share with you than time. But I had some things I wanted to share. I'm going to have to trim here. I'm really going to have to trim. I was going to go back and play some of the old Biden clips for you. Like, here's an oldie but a goodie.
Exponentially.
And just kind of get into some of Biden's hilarious gaffes, including another gaffe that he made over the weekend. And we can't miss sharing that one with you. And, of course, to share that one with you, we got to share the precursor, and that was President Trump at CPAC. So when we come back from the break, we'll share some President Trump at CPAC. We'll share Joe Biden on Fox News Sunday. And then we'll get into our Out There segment. Of course, we won't have enough time to do it justice yet again, but we got to follow on from our Out There segment last week. We're excited to share with you. We'll be right back on the Morgan Streetman Show.
And we're back on the Morgan Streetman Show. We got to jump right into all this.
We got to get right into the clips.
Oh, my gosh.
Let's
hear some from Trump, too, because we haven't talked much about him this week.
That's right.
Today.
Well, he was at CPAC over the weekend, and on Saturday, it's a great little speech he gives. It was very similar to his rallies, but he had some stuff talking about old sleepy Joe Biden, and you got to hear some of this because it then triggered a response in Biden, which we'll get to, but listen to this.
How could you be easier to beat than Joe? The guy can't put two sentences together. It's insulting. How can you be easier? But, he is more down the middle. Everyone knows he's not a communist, right? And with Bernie, there's a real question about that. But he's definitely a radical left socialist Democrat. And people know that. With Joe, he's sort of down the middle, The difference is Joe's not going to be running the government. He's just going to be sitting in a home someplace. And people are going to be running it for him.
That's so true.
And they will be radical left socialists. So that's what you have to remember. There's no way he's going to be running the government.
When you listen to the cadence of his voice, it almost sounds like he is a skilled entertainer or comedian.
He
sounds
absolutely
like a
is. Absolutely. Well, and this is based on the stuff we didn't get to play for you ahead of time, which is some of the old clips of all of Joe Biden's gaffes. You remember LGBYN? And we played for you exponentially. And how about I'm going to eliminate the capital gains tax? I'm going to double the capital gains tax. Remember that one from the debate? The guy's just kind of all over the board. He doesn't know what he's saying. Well, this is brought up to him when he's on Fox News Sunday with Chris Wallace, not Chuck Wallace, but Chris Wallace. And you got to hear some of the interaction. Because, first of all, Biden's pretty slow at this. I'm not going to say, but listen to what he had to say.
Oh, give me a break. God love him. I'm going to resist saying what I feel like saying. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to try to, assign names and insults to the stable genius. I can hardly wait to debate him on stage. I want people to see me standing next to him and him standing next to me. We'll see who's sleepy.
Mr. Vice President, thank you. Thanks for your time. Please come back in less than 13 years, sir.
All right, Chuck. Thank you very much.
All right. It's Chris, but anyway.
Chris. I just did Chris. No, I just did Chuck. I tell you what, man, these are back-to-back. Anyway.
No, it's okay.
I don't know how you do it early in the morning, too.
I don't know how you do it early in the morning, man. I don't like to get up before about 10 a.m. I don't want to be president. I just want to sit in my home and watch the TV.
If you're forgetting people's names and you're afraid people are going to mistake that for you sounding elderly and not with it, then you quickly pepper in a man. Hey, man, because that makes you sound younger, you see?
That's right. That's right, man. Oh, boy. Poor Biden. He just can't win for losing. I'll tell you what. Thank you for listening to the Morgan Streetman Show. We hope you enjoyed what you heard. And if you did, please click like and subscribe to help us out. And remember that we recommend that you exercise your brain at least once a week.